It doesn't matter if it is just for 5 minutes, 20 minutes, but every time I scroll through social media, I feel at least 30% stupider. Which is interesting because my whole life I was told that gaming was bad, it was only for kids, and that I had to quit gaming. But now I look around and I see people acting like zombies, gazing at their phones, people with no sense of direction, no purpose, living other people's lives. How is wasting 8 hours scrolling through social media, watching brain rot content so socially acceptable, and gaming for an hour after a long day of work is not? Here's my hot take, which it shouldn't be. Unfortunately, gaming makes you better in life and scrolling makes you worse. I've seen this pattern my whole life. Somehow, kids who grow up playing video games were a lot smarter than non-gamers. And now what do we see? Zombies on the streets, I see elderly people scrolling while driving their cars all the time. How's that even a thing nowadays? I'm not saying that being addicted to video games is a good thing, but the fact that gaming makes you better at many different things is undeniable. It teaches you how to solve problems, overcome challenges, come back after a setback. It makes you more resilient. You fail, you stand back up over and over just to try one more time. You develop the attitude that it's not over until you win. The things I've learned from video games have made my life so much easier and better. And here are a couple of things that gaming does to you that actually make you better. Problem solving. By playing video games, you learn how to solve problems. The game gives you a challenge, a cue, a hint, and you need to figure out how to solve the puzzle and move on to the next challenge. I thought this was something natural to me, that somehow I was born with the skill of problem solving, but I was wrong. I developed it, and I developed it from playing video games. I see people struggling with their smartphones, TVs, and computers all the time. They can open a program or find something they're looking for, and when I get close to help them, it's so funny because these devices literally tell them what they need to do. Click here, do this, type X, do Y. They're given all they need to solve the problem, but unfortunately, even though they can read, they don't have the skill to read some instructions and do something with it. Next, delayed gratification. This might be surprising to you, but I think we can all agree that to get to the final reward in a game, we gotta grind first. We need to overcome challenges, we die, we fail over and over until we finally learn how to overcome the challenges and complete the mission. Compare that with just getting hits of dopamine just from scrolling without any sort of investment. You basically do nothing and get rewarded. That softens you and gives you this weird attitude that somehow life or other people should give you things without you earning it. This is the same skill that helped me keep going when things weren't going well in life, when everything was falling apart and everybody was telling me I couldn't make it. I kept going, I kept grinding because I knew the reward would come later and the game is not over until I win. Third, skill tracking. You remember the bar in GTA that tells you your driving skills were getting better or that you were getting stronger? Whether you thought about it or not, this teaches you that if you put in the time and effort, you can get better at anything. If you haven't thought about this before, this is one of the biggest differences between winners and losers. That losers just say, I'm not good at this, but us, we know better. We know that we may not be good enough right now, but with enough time and effort, we can be better. When I started learning English, for example, I was 24 years old and I was constantly getting thoughts telling me that it was hard, that I might not be able to succeed, that I was wasting my time, that I was too old already, but I knew better. I pushed those thoughts aside and I kept going because I knew that just like in a video game, my skills would improve if I put in the effort. Finally, I made it. While most people around me didn't even try because they thought that they were just bad at it, I heard them say, I'm just bad at learning a new language. English is not for me, when the reality was that they never really tried as hard or as long as it was required. We gamers, we can help but see real life as another game, where if we get better, put in the effort, we can get ahead and save the day. That's the exact opposite most people get from scrolling. Fourth, focus. Gaming improves your focus. You need to pay attention, react to what's happening now, anticipate what's coming next. One wrong move and you're done. Most games also demand sustained attention over time. Scrolling scrolling does the exact opposite. The video gets boring for half a second and we scroll to the next. That kills our ability to stay when it's no longer fun. From gaming, I developed the skill of paying full attention. I remember when I was younger, we used to watch movies at home, and I remember others standing up, looking away, while I didn't want to miss a single second. That same skill helped me do better in things I didn't even care about. But I went to the theater the other day, and it was just annoying that everybody was using their phones, constantly checking, scrolling, messaging. Some people can no longer go more than 5 minutes without the urge to scroll. So do not feel guilty about playing video games. Obviously, overconsumption is bad, but do not buy the lies that you're lazy or undisciplined just because you play video games. I fell for that and I did not become any better. I'm a gamer and I'll keep playing till the day I die.